If a woman is developing feelings for you, she will say these 7 things. Psychology tips. Did you know that a woman's words often reveal her emotions long before she consciously admits them? Language is more than just a tool for communication. It's a window into the soul. When a woman starts to develop feelings for you, the way she speaks undergoes subtle yet profound shifts. Whether intentional or not, her words become laced with emotions, hinting at something deeper beneath the surface. Psychological research, including studies by Dr. John Gottman, a renowned relationship expert, suggests that the language people use in relationships can predict emotional attachment and long-term compatibility. Women, in particular, tend to express their growing affection through subtle linguistic cues rather than direct confessions. So, if you've ever wondered, is she catching feelings for me? Pay close attention to the way she speaks. Her words will tell you everything you need to know. In this video, we'll uncover 7 key phrases a woman will say when she's falling for you. And make sure to stay until the end, because the final phrase is the ultimate confirmation that she's truly into you. It's the kind of statement that leaves no room for doubt. Get ready to see attraction through a whole new lens. 1. I feel like I've known you forever. When a woman says this, she isn't just making small talk. She's expressing a deep emotional connection. This phrase means she feels incredibly comfortable with you, as if there's an unspoken bond that defies logic or time. Psychologists have long studied how emotional safety fosters attraction, and Dr. John Gottman, a leading expert in relationships, emphasizes that trust and security are the foundation of deep romantic feelings. When a woman feels emotionally secure around you, she begins to associate your presence with warmth, comfort, and familiarity, making you someone she genuinely desires to be around. Think about it. When you meet someone who understands you without effort, conversation flows naturally, and time seems irrelevant. That connection is rare and magnetic. This is exactly what she's experiencing with you. Let's put this in perspective. You may have only known each other for a short time, but if she looks at you with sincerity and says, "It's so strange, but I feel like I've known you forever," it's not just a sweet remark. It's her subconscious signaling that she's already let you into her world. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," which applies here in a positive way. Her mind has already built a comfortable space for you in her life, and that feeling is powerful. This is where modern Stoicism comes in, understanding human nature, embracing the moment without overanalyzing, and responding with calm confidence rather than insecurity. So, how should you respond? Many men make the mistake of dismissing it with a casual, "Oh, really?" or awkwardly changing the subject, missing an opportunity to reinforce the bond. Instead, lean into the moment. If you want to keep things playful, tease her a little. "So, are you saying we were soulmates in another life?" This keeps the energy light and fun while validating her feelings. If you want to strengthen the emotional connection, a simple, sincere response like, "That's really sweet. I feel the same way," can go a long way. Remember, attraction isn't just about physical appeal. It's about making a woman feel truly understood, and when she senses that, her feelings will naturally deepen. Modern Stoicism teaches us that the key to attraction is composure, understanding, and control over our own emotions rather than being reactive. A man who embodies these Stoic principles isn't easily shaken by emotions, nor does he rush to define a relationship. He simply remains present and lets the connection unfold naturally. Women are drawn to this kind of emotional stability, the kind that radiates confidence and security. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This applies directly to relationships. Instead of trying to control how fast she develops feelings, simply focus on being the kind of man she can't help, but feel connected to. 2. You're so different from other guys I've met. When a woman says this, she's not just giving you a casual compliment. She's revealing something far deeper. In the world of attraction, differentiation is power. If she sees you as unique, as someone who breaks the mold, that's a sign her emotions are shifting. Women are constantly assessing men, not out of cruelty, but to determine who is genuinely worth their time, energy, and emotional investment. This is where Stoic life comes in. The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, understood that true power lies in being unmoved by external validation, yet embodying a presence that demands respect and admiration. Psychologists call this selective perception. Once we develop an emotional connection, our brain starts filtering the world through that attachment. If she's placing you above the rest, it's because, in her mind, you've already transcended the ordinary. You are no longer just another man in the crowd. You are a man of substance, a rare breed in a world full of predictability. And here's the key. You must reinforce this perception. You don't win by seeking approval or getting caught up in ego-driven reactions. You win by maintaining your composure, by standing firm in your self-worth, and by never chasing validation. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When she tells you that you're different, she's opening a door, but it's up to you to walk through it with confidence and control. How do you respond? Not by groveling or overly thanking her. That's what an average man does. A stoic, high-value man understands the power of mystery and playfulness. Tease her. Instead of just nodding and saying, "Thanks," say, "I'll take that as a good thing." Then go deeper. Playfully challenged her. "What exactly do you think makes me so different?" This forces her to articulate why she finds you attractive, cementing her own emotions in the process. The more she verbalizes her admiration, the deeper those feelings become. This is not manipulation, it's understanding human psychology. People justify their emotions based on their actions. When she lists reasons why you stand out, she's reinforcing those very feelings. The mistake weak men make is brushing off these moments or reacting passively. But a man who has mastered Stoic principles knows that attraction is not about desperate pursuit. It's about leading with quiet strength and unwavering presence. Modern Stoic men operate on a different level. They don't seek approval. They command respect. They don't try to impress. They simply are impressive. This is what separates you from the crowd. And remember, women are drawn to those who create an emotional experience. The moment she starts seeing you as different is the moment she begins falling under your influence. So here's your action step. The next time a woman tells you that you're different, don't just take it at face value. Lean into it. Reinforce it. Make her define it. And most importantly, embody it. Stand firm in your self-mastery, your purpose, and your calm, collected energy. A true Stoic man doesn't just know he's different, he lives it. If you want more insights into mastering attraction and psychology through the lens of Stoicism, like this video, comment, "I am a high-value man," below, and subscribe for more wisdom. 3. I can talk to you about anything. At first, this might seem similar to the last one, but there's an important difference. When a woman says, "I feel a deep connection with you," she's talking about an emotional bond. But when she says, "I can talk to you about anything," she's talking about emotional compatibility, the kind that leads to long-term attraction and lasting relationships. Think about it. We all have people in our lives we care about. But how many can we truly talk to without feeling judged or misunderstood? If she's saying this to you, it means she sees you as her safe space. She knows she can be herself, share her thoughts, no matter how deep, random, or silly, and you'll actually listen. Here's how you'll notice this happening. She texts you out of the blue about something totally random. She asks for your opinion on a life decision. She shares her personal struggles without hesitation. All of these are huge signs that she feels emotionally fulfilled by talking to you. How should you respond? Playfully say, "Even the weirdest things?" Then subtly reinforce your emotional availability by adding, "That's really important. I think great relationships are built on openness." This tells her that she's safe to keep sharing, and as she does, her emotional investment in you will only grow stronger. 4. I feel like I can be myself around you. This one is big. When a woman tells you she can be herself around you, she's revealing something most men don't notice. She trusts you with her real self. In the world of psychology, this is known as authenticity bonding, the deep human need to connect with those who accept us for who we truly are. Think about it. In most social interactions, people wear masks, adjusting their behavior to fit expectations. But when a woman starts to lower her guard, whether by being playful, goofy, or even openly vulnerable, it means she feels emotionally safe with you. Modern Stoicism teaches that a man who remains calm, grounded, and non-judgmental creates an environment where trust can flourish. When she knows you won't react with ridicule or disapproval, she allows her true self to emerge. How should you respond? First, recognize the weight of her words and handle them with care. If she tells you she feels safe enough to be herself, don't just brush it off. Instead, reinforce that security. A simple but effective response would be, "That's the best compliment I could receive." This shows her that you value her trust. If she's being silly or playful, match her energy and say, "Well, don't stop now. I want to see the full, unfiltered version of you." This lighthearted approach makes her feel not only accepted, but encouraged to be herself even more. And here's the key. The moment she realizes she can be entirely herself around you without fear of judgment, she won't want to let you go. She'll crave that connection because feeling safe with a man is one of the strongest emotional bonds a woman can experience. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems." This applies here. If a woman hesitates to reveal her true self, it's often because she fears rejection or judgment. As a modern Stoic, your role is to be the kind of man who removes that fear, not by forcing her openness, but by being steady, patient, and unwaveringly accepting. Women, like all humans, long for a space where they can breathe freely, where they are seen, heard, and cherished for who they truly are. By providing that, you set yourself apart from most men who remain blind to this fundamental emotional need. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a moment where a woman started acting more freely around you? How did you respond? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one. And if this insight resonated with you, take a second to like this video and subscribe. Your support helps grow this community of strong, self-aware men who embrace Stoic principles in relationships and life. Let's keep building together. Now, let's continue. 5. You're one of my closest friends. When a woman tells you, "You're one of my closest friends," especially when your connection is still relatively new, she isn't just making a casual statement. This is her way of subtly testing the emotional intimacy between you, a sign that she's already investing in the bond on a deeper level. Women, by nature, prioritize emotional security before physical attraction, and a man who makes them feel safe, understood, and emotionally supported becomes someone they unconsciously seek. This is where the blessing of Stoicism comes into play. Understanding that attraction isn't just about grand gestures or surface-level charm, but about consistency, stability, and emotional depth. If she is sharing personal stories, revealing her insecurities, or opening up about things she wouldn't tell most people, she's emotionally investing in you, signaling that you hold a significant place in her life. For instance, if she mentions, "I feel like I can tell you anything. You're one of my closest friends," don't mistake this for being relegated to the so-called friend zone. In reality, this is her way of saying, "I trust you. You matter to me." A modern Stoic lesson in attraction is to remain calm and composed, rather than reacting out of fear or insecurity. Instead of seeing her words as a dead end, recognize them as an open door to something deeper, the right response. Play it cool and embrace the moment with quiet confidence. A powerful yet effortless reply could be, "I really appreciate that. I think friendships are the foundation of the best relationships." This statement does two things. It validates her trust, while subtly shifting the conversation toward the idea that the strongest romantic bonds begin with deep, emotional connection. This is a mindset rooted in Stoicism, where patience and emotional resilience determine the outcome of any interaction. The key is to understand that the more she feels comfortable around you, the more she will begin to see you as more than just a friend. Attraction isn't about rushing emotions, but allowing them to unfold naturally. When a woman feels safe enough to reveal her true self, that's when real attraction begins to develop. In modern life, where relationships are often rushed or built on fleeting infatuation, mastering the Stoic lessons of patience, emotional control, and deep listening can make you stand out. Women are drawn to men who possess a steady, unshakable presence, those who can handle both lighthearted moments and deep, vulnerable conversations without flinching. By embodying these qualities, you aren't just playing a role. You're becoming the type of man who naturally attracts high-quality relationships. So next time she says you're one of her closest friends, don't retreat into self-doubt. See it for what it is, a sign of emotional connection that, if handled with wisdom and composure, can lead to something truly meaningful. 6. I feel a deep connection with you. Pay attention. When a woman says this, she isn't making idle conversation. She is revealing something profound, something rare. This isn't about fleeting attraction or shallow interests. This is about emotional depth, a pull stronger than logic, a force that binds two souls beyond words. And here's the truth. People don't say this lightly. When she utters these words, she's subconsciously choosing you, placing you in a category few men ever reach. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." Understand this. Women don't seek just any man. They seek a man who understands their mind, who makes them feel seen, heard, and valued. When she feels a deep connection, it means you've tapped into something beyond attraction. You've become a part of her emotional world. This is what psychologists call emotional resonance, when two people's energies align so naturally that the connection feels inevitable, almost fated. You'll notice it in the way she opens up. She won't just talk about work or the weather. She'll share her past, her fears, the dreams she barely admits to herself. She'll recall small moments between you, conversations that you might have forgotten, but meant the world to her. This is the moment where she starts associating you with emotional fulfillment, and when that happens, she's already invested. And in a world where most people drift through relationships like waves crashing against rocks, unable to hold form, a deep connection is a foundation that can withstand anything. So, what do you do when she says this? You don't dismiss it. You don't act indifferent. You reinforce it. Look her in the eye and say, I feel it too. This isn't something you find every day. By doing this, you validate her emotions, and in doing so, you strengthen her attachment to you. The Stoics understood that true strength isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about mastering them, guiding them with wisdom and intention. Show her that you are a man who values connection, not just casual encounters. Here's what separates the men from the boys. An ordinary man hears these words and shrugs them off, fearing vulnerability, mistaking emotional depth for weakness. But a Stoic man understands that true power comes from control, from knowing when to lean in and when to stand firm. He doesn't fear connection. He embraces it with a sense of purpose. Now, listen carefully. If you ignore this moment, if you hesitate, she will start questioning. Doubt will creep in. She'll wonder if she misread you, if she's exposing too much. That's the danger. If you recognize it for what it is, an invitation into her inner world, then you hold the key to something most men never experience, an unshakable emotional bond. This is not just about attraction. This is about positioning yourself as the man who understands her on a level deeper than words, deeper than logic. If you get this right, she won't just want to be around you. She won't be able to imagine life without you. Now, take action. If this resonates with you, hit the like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. And in the comments, type, "A Stoic man values deep connection." Let's see how many men truly understand the power of this moment. 7. You make me feel seen and heard. This one might sound simple, but don't underestimate its power. When a woman tells you that you make her feel seen and heard, she's revealing something rare and valuable. That you understand her, in a way most people don't. Women are not just looking for someone to listen. They crave a sense of being understood on a profound level. This is where the blessing of Stoicism plays a crucial role. True strength is not in dominating a conversation, but in mastering the art of presence, of being fully engaged in the moment. Modern psychology backs this up. Studies in psychology today reveal that emotional validation is one of the strongest predictors of deep, lasting attraction. When a woman feels heard, she feels emotionally safe, valued, and deeply connected. This is why so many relationships falter, not because of big betrayals or dramatic conflicts, but because one person stops making the other feel truly acknowledged. And for a man living by Stoic lessons, this is a skill that sets him apart. The ability to remain unshaken by ego and instead offer steady, unwavering presence. So, what does this look like in everyday life? Imagine she shares a personal story, perhaps a difficult moment from her past, or a childhood dream she still clings to. Many men would make the mistake of either dismissing it or trying to solve the issue. But the modern Stoic understands that the greatest gift you can give in that moment is not advice, but attention. Instead of rushing to respond, you listen. You ask thoughtful questions, engage with sincerity, and reflect on what she's saying. Then, days or weeks later, you casually reference something she mentioned in passing. Maybe a book she loved as a child, a song that reminds her of home, or an ambition she's been hesitant to chase. When she realizes you remember, that you truly absorbed what she shared, she looks at you differently. And then, she says it. You actually listen. You make me feel seen and heard. At that moment, you've created something rare, emotional security. And emotional security is what separates fleeting attraction from deep, lasting connection. A woman will not easily forget the man who makes her feel like her thoughts, her feelings, and her existence matter. This is where the wisdom of Stoicism becomes an advantage in relationships. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Give yourself a gift, the present moment." When you practice presence with a woman, when you make her feel that, in your company, she is the most important person in the room, you are offering her something that very few men can. And here's the truth. Most men chase attraction through external displays, status, wealth, appearance. But a man who masters emotional connection is in a league of his own. He is the one who lingers in a woman's mind long after she leaves the room. So how should you respond when she tells you this? Acknowledge it with confidence, not arrogance. Say something like, "I think the best relationships are built on mutual understanding. I love hearing your perspective." This reinforces that you don't just listen as a passive act. You listen because you genuinely value her thoughts and emotions. You aren't just being kind. You are practicing a form of emotional intelligence that most men overlook. And in doing so, you create a dynamic where she not only feels connected to you, but she begins to associate that connection with something deeper, a sense of trust, admiration, and even love. The modern Stoic understands that attraction is not about chasing validation, nor is it about trying to impress. It's about presence, about making those around you feel significant without losing your own sense of self. And when a woman tells you that you make her feel seen and heard, she's not just complimenting you. She's revealing that she is beginning to trust you, to open her heart in a way she wouldn't for just anyone. This is how true connection is built, not through grand gestures, but through the steady, unshaken ability to make someone feel understood. 8. I miss you, even when you haven't been gone long. When a woman tells you she misses you, even when you haven't been apart for long, this is a powerful sign that she's developing deep feelings for you. Let's be clear. People don't miss just anyone. Missing someone means they've become intertwined with your thoughts, emotions, and daily life. It's not just about physical absence. It's about emotional presence. When a woman expresses that she misses you, what she's truly revealing is that she feels emotionally connected to you, and that your presence brings her a sense of comfort, joy, and security. In modern Stoicism, we understand that emotions are signals. They are neither to be indulged recklessly nor ignored completely, but rather understood with wisdom. When she says, "I miss you," she's communicating an attachment that goes beyond words. Psychologists explain that emotional attachment forms when someone associates happiness, security, and excitement with your presence. This is why when a woman starts feeling these emotions around you, she naturally begins to notice your absence, even if it's only been a few hours. This attachment is not just a casual thought. It's her subconscious mind telling her that you matter. Think about this. You spend an evening together, enjoying conversation, laughter, and shared moments. The next morning, out of nowhere, she texts you, "I miss you." That's not random. It's a sign that you've left an emotional imprint on her. She's not just thinking about you. She's yearning for the connection you provide. This is the kind of emotional depth that modern Stoicism teaches us to recognize, not in a way that makes us emotionally dependent, but in a way that helps us navigate relationships with clarity and wisdom. As Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. If a woman tells you she misses you, don't overanalyze it. Don't doubt her sincerity. Just understand that she is emotionally invested in you. So, how should you respond? Keep it warm, yet composed. A simple, "That's sweet, I miss you too," is enough to validate her feelings while maintaining your own inner balance. Modern Stoicism teaches us to remain grounded, even in the face of deep emotions. Acknowledge them, appreciate them, but never let them dictate our sense of self. If a woman expresses her longing for you, it means she is investing emotionally. Your response should reflect that you acknowledge her feelings while maintaining your own emotional strength. The key is to reciprocate in a way that strengthens the bond without becoming overly reactive. Women are naturally drawn to men who can offer both emotional warmth and stability. Aristotle once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." When you understand how emotional connection works, you can navigate relationships without unnecessary confusion or insecurity. This is where many men get it wrong. They either downplay it, fearing attachment, or overindulge, becoming overly eager. A modern Stoic man understands balance. He values connection but does not lose himself in it. If she misses you, let that be a sign of your impact on her life. Relationships thrive on a healthy exchange of emotions, and when a woman expresses missing you, she's revealing that she sees you as an important presence in her world. Do you think emotional connection is the foundation of attraction? Or do you believe something else plays a bigger role? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you've made it this far in the video, drop "I see the signs" in the comments below. That way, I'll know you're part of our real community, the ones who are here to grow, learn, and become the best version of themselves. Understanding attraction isn't about guessing or hoping. It's about paying attention to the signs. When a woman starts to develop real feelings, she reveals them in the way she speaks, the way she looks at you, and the words she chooses. If you've noticed these phrases in your interactions, take it as a sign to move with confidence, but with patience. Let things unfold naturally, without force, and always stay grounded in your self-worth. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. It's a simple action that helps spread this knowledge to others who need it. And if you're not already subscribed, tap that subscribe button now for daily insights on attraction, relationships, and becoming the strongest, most unshakable version of yourself. Oh, and one more thing. Share this video with a friend who might need to hear this. You never know who's struggling to read the signs, and this might be exactly what they need. We've also recommended the best video for you on your screen right now, so go ahead and watch that next. See you back here tomorrow. Stay sharp, stay strong, and stay stoic.